We deal with internet a lot.
Okay, we are live in 5.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the Sedona International Film Festival 2023. We're in our 29th year here in Sedona. I want to give a huge shout out to Northern Arizona Healthcare for being our title sponsor this year. I'm Tonya June Moore, and I'm living the dream once again as I get to talk to another filmmaker about what it is that they have created that got them into this festival that is making all of our audiences swoon, really. So, what's your name? What's your film?
My name is David Liban, and my film is called Publish or Perish.
I love a good dark comedy. Comedies are rare, and when they actually make us laugh, that's when it's really good. So you brought a trailer for us to all catch up on, correct?
I sure did, yes.
All right, let's roll the trailer and get everybody caught up with us.
My name is Jim Bowden. I'm a novelist and an English professor. I just scored my dream job at a small liberal arts college in Colorado. My family and I moved to the heartland of America for a fresh start.
You should know, not a big fan of tenure.
Once you get tenure, it's nearly impossible to lose your job. Unless you do something really stupid.
Can you come by my office?
You don't like my book.
This has nothing to do with your book.
Dad's tenure's dressing it in. I think Dad is high.
What you did is a crime.
Can I get a bag?
It's a shovel.
You heard about the situation?
Bowden, it's complicated.
We're waiting to see what happens with my husband's tenure.
Hi, Dr. Bowden.
It's Bowden, Alex.
I don't think your dad likes me.
He doesn't. Dad, I'm freaking out.
I'm Detective Wilson. Is Dr. Bowden available?
Detective.
You're a person of interest.
I'm going through tenure now, so I guess my behavior's a little erratic. Are you worthy?
This is not over. Oh, it is over. What are you doing? That's mine. Bowden! Bowden, get back here!
We know it's good when even the trailer is funny, so thank you for sharing a clever trailer with us.
You're very welcome.
So you're screening today.
Yes.
How has it screened? Where else has it screened?
This is actually going to be the world premiere. Yeah.
I love it when we get a good world premiere in the house. There are tickets available too because it's over at SPAC. Correct. So make sure you get your tickets. What time?
It's at 4 p.m.
Okay. What gave you the idea for this, to create this film?
So I am a professor at CU Denver, and so I've been living the world of academia. And when I was going through tenure, I was under stress, and I had all these terrible evenings of thinking about, will I get it? Because if you don't get tenure, you lose your job. And so there was a great deal of stress associated with it. And so I had the idea of, what would happen if I accidentally ran somebody over on my way to deliver my tenure dossier? And of course, I would do the right thing, but that got my creative juices going, and so I thought it would be a funny story to tell.
Yes, and it also has very much a feel of Falling Down, which is one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
Of I've had it up to here.
Not quite as evil, but yeah, he's it's more like self-preservation. Where in Falling Down, he was more like
Correct.
Yeah, he was not.
I wouldn't call Falling Down really a dark comedy either, but
maybe.
But this it definitely has all the punches. Is there a favorite part in the film that you just went, yeah, that turned out way better than I thought it would, and I'm glad that we edited it that way? Or
I mean, the whole process of editing, it's kind of moment by moment. So, there are some really funny parts. And, when we were cutting the film, we were definitely, every scene, if it didn't have a laugh or some sort of information that needed to be there to tell the story, we were like, well, let's get rid of it. So like we were very conscious of entertaining and keeping the fluidity of it going forward. But there's definitely a few parts that I really like that I think, when we get to a certain part, the audience will be surprised, and there's always a like, oh my God moment.
Oh, excellent. And thank you, first of all, for not being so married to your content that you're not, that you keep it, right? I've been doing this for a while, and that's what I see more and more of. I'm like, oh, they could have cut 10 minutes of that.
Easily.
It would have been so much better for the audience to enjoy. So thank you for even saying that. Like, oh yeah, if it wasn't funny or if it didn't move the storyline along, it had to go.
Yeah.
Because there's some really great scenes, I'm sure, that end up on the floor.
For sure. I mean, that was my last film. I did the editing, and when I look at that one, I could easily cut 20 minutes out now.
Yes.
And so now I worked with an editor, and so it was good to have brand new eyes looking at the content. So we had that discussion to kind of make it a little bit more.
And the actor is coming in today for Q&A, correct?
He is Timothy McCracken. Yeah.
And how did he get cast? Was he somebody that you already had in mind for this role?
Yes. So in my last film, he was the villain that I worked with, and he's just the nicest guy, so committed, so talented. And so when I wrote this, I really did have him in mind. He was just so perfect for the role, and he owned it. Like, we had so much fun working together on it. Yeah.
Excellent. And you could tell, like, even from the trailer, you could tell that you guys were playing, and there was some freedom in that the emotional charge behind it.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's really important, not only for actors but for people who are behind the camera to share. Is there anything behind the scenes that you would share with us out here and that would make us go, oh my goodness, really? That happened? Or
I mean, it was during COVID, so we had, a lot, we had, crew coming and going, people got sick, and so we had to, get someone to replace them, and so there was that. And we also shot in Colorado in the winter, so our daylight ended at 4:30, so our days were really short, so we feel really lucky to have gotten everything we needed to make the movie, because if it had snowed on a day,
there was no shoot.
Yeah, we would have been struggling. Yeah.
And is there a website that people can go to, or social media feeds?
Yeah, we have a website. It's publishorperishmovie.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
So folks, get your tickets. It is over at SPAC, so there are tickets left for you to see this one. If you want to laugh, this is a good one to laugh at. And of course, the lead actor, and you will be there this afternoon for that. And stay tuned. Our hashtags this year are SIF23 and Sedona Film Fest 23. And once again, thanks to our sponsors for allowing us to be here doing what we love and sharing film and content. And stay tuned. I'll have another filmmaker in the seat right after this.